Y'all get on in here. It's almost time for Small Business 102. Just gonna go hand in hand to what y'all learned last week. All right. Sheeta. Okay, I just did it. Okay. All right. Evening, y'all. Let's go ahead and slide on up in here. It's almost time for Small Business 102, where we talk about building these small businesses into machines so they can start making you money and using business credit and stop using your paycheck, okay? Or any money from your regular life. Yeah, and stop putting all your money back into your business, the wrong thing to do. So y'all, welcome. This is Coach China. Every Sunday, we either have small business talk or we have career talk. Next Sunday, we'll have career talk. But this week, we're going to have small business talk, okay? We're going to be going into 102. Last week, we did 101. If this is your first time here, I am a certified coach, life coach. So anything, hey, friend, anything under the umbrella of life, I do coach on and guide on. So that's the difference between a certified coach and somebody who just picked it up when they joined one of these social medias, okay? So tonight, in our other lives, we always talk about the niggas, but y'all know on Small Business Sunday and Career Sundays, the niggas are not the topic, the money is, okay? And how to build these small businesses to become large, big deals, okay? A lot of that's gonna come to a lot of y'all structure and how y'all are actually running these businesses, all right? So as I said in the last episode, we talked about the name, the address, the phone, the email, and the domain. All of those which are the foundation of your business, so that you're able to have that visible structure whenever you do go into spaces to apply for business credit, or when you go into banks to apply for lending. You need to have all of those things together so that they can verify that you have an official business and it looks like a real business and it's just not a hobby or a side thing that you're getting money for, okay? That was the foundation. Tonight I'm going to talk about discipline because a lot of y'all lack the discipline to build the business correctly. Foundation without discipline collapses the moment money hits, okay? A lot of y'all, once you start making money in your business, because you do not know how to utilize and distribute that money correctly, you find yourselves back on poverty row, and then your business closes within 3 to 5 years, sometime within the first year, because you did not learn how to manage your money. All right. Last time I told y'all, putting all your money back into all of your profits never goes back into your business. Okay. It is ways that money is supposed to be split. Half of it goes back into the business and the other half goes other places. And until you get the big small business guide, you're going to be lost on how to distribute that money and how to make sure that your business is paying you. Okay. So most people don't fail because they can't make money. They fail because they don't know how to structure it. And this is what we're gonna go into that tonight. If your business money still runs through your personal account, you're not structured. I told y'all. Yes? Yeah. It's a shower head. It's kind of cracking. Okay. I have an extra one up here. Can you put this one on? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Glad I said so. Hopefully that's fine. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Somebody's here to fix something in my house. Okay. So, anyways, if your business money still runs to your personal account, that's not structured. In business, you need an actual business bank account. That business bank account should be on all your records because it needs to be showing money coming into that business as well as flowing out to pay other parts of your business. Okay. Now, even if you have doesn't matter what business entity you have, LLC, sole proprietor, corporation, partnership, whatever your entity is, there needs to be an official business bank account with a business bank, preferably a credit union, to distribute all of your money, okay? If you are using things like Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, all of those ways to get money really quick for your business income, I'm telling you right now, unless You have that set up as a business account because you can do your Zelle, your Cash App, and all those can be official business accounts. Unless they are set up as a business account, your money needs to be going into an actual account. Hey, it does not need to be just sitting on your Cash App, on your personal Cash App, because now it is personal money, all right? And it is your business money. You want to separate the two. If you confuse the two when it's time for you to report your taxes, listen to me. If the money sits on your Cash App, your Venmo, or anything in a personal space that doesn't have a business attached to it, that is now personal income. You have to add that income into your income or your income tax return. So you're not only adding in what you get from your job, you're going to also add in this money that's coming into Cash App because that's a personal basis. You will receive a 1099, I think it's a 1099K. I forget, that might be it for any transactions on those third-party apps, okay? So you need to have something that separates your risk, and those right there do not separate the risk from you. Separation is the first sign of legitimacy, okay? So a business should have a business checking account, a tax savings account, and a reserve account. A lot of y'all don't even have that, and the reserve account is where extra money goes to that you can dip into whenever you come up short with your business. That's what the reserve is for. That's why I say you need. Yes.
That shower head is no good either, but it works better than the other one.
Okay, I'll just buy a whole new one.
Okay.
And then I'll let you know if I need you to install it. I'm just gonna buy a whole new one.
Okay, call me up probably 45 minutes before you
Okay.
there for me to do it. That way if I'm out of town,
Okay.
I can let you. But yeah, it's been stripped too.
Okay.
But it's working at least, not spraying water all over the place.
Okay.
I'll put the other one in your garbage can.
Okay, thank you so much, Hans.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to make sure my house is together. I am so sorry. Hey, Shay, I am so sorry, y'all.
You want your door locked?
Yeah, she's coming down to lock it. Thank you. Okay. All right, so back to what I was saying. A business should have a business bank account, a tax saving account, and a reserve account. The reserve account is where the extra money goes to. That's the account that you can pull money out just in case you come up short with anything else in your business. That's not what we call a savings account. What that actually is an account for you to be able to dip into it. It's like an account you keep to the side, but it does have to have money. That's why I say your business should have up to 5 different accounts should be attached to this business, all right? Even if it's small, because behavior at $500 shows how you'll handle $50,000, shows how you'll handle $500,000. If you cannot manage $500 coming into your business properly, then that means that a bank is gonna be like, I am not giving her this $20,000 loan. I'm looking at how she managed the money that she's getting already, okay? On a good day, you make $500 in your business and you can't wait to go spend some of that in your personal life. That's not how that goes. You actually have to wait to pay yourself out of that $500 to be able to spend it on you personally, okay? So when you don't separate the business from the personal, you overspend, you undersave, you misjudge profit, and you delay your growth, okay? And when it's time to apply for funding a business credit, your financial story looks unstable. The reason why I have business credit cards, the reason why I'm able to get business lines of credits, and it's more than 3 to start with, but it's actually 5. So the reason why I have business credit cards and I have business lines of credits and I'm able to get business loans because I have a whole separate business account. And I have not one, I have multiple business bank accounts. So I have business monies going into each one of these accounts, and all of them are set up for different reasons. Again, that tax savings account, because when your business makes a certain amount of money, you owe the government tax money. Now, how do you save from you putting that in, from them taking from you in your income tax at the beginning of the year? You have money sitting in that account. And your responsibility is this. If your business made $10,000, $20,000 in this year, right? Let's just say it made $20,000. You're supposed to go to the IRS website. They have a whole calculation to show if you made $20,000, this is how much taxes you owe. From that, you need to go in your tax savings account, take that money out and send that to the IRS. That is going to cancel out what you owe them for your business. A lot of y'all don't know that, and this is why when y'all file y'all income taxes and put y'all business income in, y'all end up on the government because you don't know how to make things balance out, all right? So now, when it's time to apply for funding a business credit, your financial story looks unstable. Therefore, you always get denials and you never get you some approvals. Revenue is not profit. That is not profit. You need to know your monthly fixed expenses, your variable costs, your break-even number, your average sale, and your margin. Again, a lot of these things that y'all have never heard of because all y'all do is know how to bring in the money to your business, but you don't know how to make them go into different accounts for different reasons. Okay, if you cannot answer those clearly, you are operating emotionally. Remember, I told y'all you cannot operate a business with the emotions. You have to remove them, because there you go, inserting your personal feelings, and you think that you can personally touch this money, and you're doing it incorrectly. Right now, business is math first. You cannot scale if you don't know what scaling costs. This is why I wrote the Big Small Business Guide. I don't just talk about y'all starting a business and getting it together. I walk you through the financial structure, the setup, the positioning, and the mindset shift from the hustle to the entity, okay? Because a lot of y'all are still hustling. I have not hustled in this business since when I first became a life coach. I felt like I did the most hustling because I had to get clients to believe in me as a life coach. That is the only time I did that, and that was back in 2019. I have not had to hustle in any business I came up with. Why? Because I always study. This is what y'all don't do. I always study the market and see where the gaps are. Wherever the gap is, that's the business I'm going to create. Y'all do get a business based on what you're good at. Yeah, so you say that you want to, you like to sell clothes, but you didn't even look and see if there was a gap for the type of clothing that you want to sell. You didn't even look at your competition. This is where you have to do all of these things before you say, okay, I'm finna go open a clothing store. What gap are you filling with your clothing store? You need to know, because now that's how you can determine who your targeted customer is. And now that's how you can determine what advertisements to give your target customer so they can start coming to spend money in your store versus the competitor store, okay? Something that a lot of y'all be missing. And this is the purpose of you needing a business coach, so that you can figure out what all of that adds up. Now, this Big Small Business Guide also goes into you choosing the right entity structure. Every last one of y'all want to go get an LLC. If you did the research, next to the sole proprietor, the LLC is one of the most heavily taxed entities, because you don't know better and you hear everybody say, I went and got me an LLC. You run down to your State Department and you get your LLC, and then at the end of the year, you owe unsurmountable amount of taxes because you thought the LLC was the best entity for your business. Sometimes it's not, all right? Setting up accounts properly. All of that goes into detail. I go into detail in a Big Small Business Guide. Tell you how many, love you too, tell you how many business accounts you have and what's supposed to go in each account. So for instance, you made $10,000 last month in business. The Big Small Business Guide gonna tell you how to divide that $10,000 up and put into each account and tell you why. The majority of that $10,000, half of it is going to go back into the business account for you to continue to get inventory for your business. The other half, the other 5,000 is broken down into 3 different ways, and they go into 3 other different accounts, and you have to know how that is, okay? It also tells you about understanding the separation of your personal and your business. I go into detail and explaining why, because listen to me. If you are operating a business and you're still as a sole proprietor and even an LLC, guess what? You are still liable to be sued by your customer. LLCs can kind of block you from getting sued legal-wise, but guess what? It doesn't block you from getting sued personal-wise. So let's just say you went and ate at Jack's Eatery, right? And while you was at Jack's Eatery, you got sick. But Jack's Eatery is an LLC. You can't sue Jack's Eatery, but you can sue the owner of Jack's Eatery. You don't have protection for that. Y'all don't even have the insurance to be able to protect you, because a person will go find who owns Jack Eatery and says, this person made me sick. I got all these hospital bills. And then they shoot right on over to the regular personal lawsuit. And next thing you know, the owner of Jack's Eatery has now gotten served because the customer ate at the restaurant. And while they couldn't sue the business, it can sue the owner personally. You're not protected against that, okay? Now, it also lays a foundation before growth. A lot of y'all really don't have your foundation set up correctly for you to actually operate your business how it's supposed to be operated. So you're doing this on a hearsay basis. You keep asking for free things on the internet. People are giving you little tidbits, and they're not giving you the full story. And before you all know it, you got a business that's running rampant and a bunch of advice that's not helping you get it right, okay? Vendor relationships. Every business is gonna, every product-based business is gonna operate through vendors. Unless you know how to create your own products, you need vendors. And when I say create your own products, I mean that you are an inventor from the scratch. But a product-based business still has to have vendors to bring in what they need to be able to get those products. So that book is going to help you be able to build those vendor relationships properly and keep those relationships secure. Okay. And then it's also going to help you prepare for business credit the right way. Along with my business credit course, you all keep saying that you want to get vehicles in your business name. You want to do all the things that I have been able to do and my sisters have been able to do. I keep telling y'all, none of our stuff is in our name. All of our stuff is in the business name. Yet for some reason, you keep getting tidbits of information off all of these networks and you cannot find the keys to be able to get things out of your name and into your business. And a lot of y'all have screwed up personal credit. So you already can't even guarantee your business. Okay, get in the business credit course, get the big small business guide. That's what I will not do is go into detail about how to do that, because I can do that for your for-profit business. You gonna make profit and you never come back and say, hey coach, thank you, here's $3 for your help. Y'all don't do that. So that's why I don't offer it. You know, you got is because it's more value when you pay for it. When you gotta pay for it, use some more value. If it's just giving up, no, you never go back and give credit where credit's due. So I don't even expect you to give me credit no more. Just pay me up front. I don't care how that sounds, but that's the same thing about your business. You want your customers to pay you up front for your product or service. You don't want to get them on the back end. All right. Now, most entrepreneurs are skipping steps, and this is why your business stays small and it never grows into big business. This is for definitely those who have cash businesses. Hairstylists, they cannot maintain their money. They get money from day to day. They sometimes make over six figures per year, but guess what? They cannot account for that money because they have horrible spending habits. Hey, anybody who has a cash business, anytime cash hits your hand, your ass already done spent this money on something personal in your life. This is exactly why you need to get your business account set up correctly. All right. Now, let's talk about pricing discipline, because a lot of y'all underprice y'all services and y'all products. Y'all price them because you think that if you price them too high, nobody ain't gonna buy. You think I care who don't come through this business and pay for my coaching services? No. That doesn't bother me, because the customers who going to find value in me going to pay for my service because they know they need my help. I'm not giving you a discount. I'm not cutting down my price just to appease to you. A lot of y'all do that in business. Your prices are way below what they should be, and you always find yourself pulling from your personal money to make up in this business. I wish like hell I would. I wish like hell I would pull from my, absolutely not. No, that's not going to happen. So you think charging low makes you accessible. Charging low only makes you accessible to those who can afford you. But guess what? When I come along and I see this service too low, I'm a person who understands business. If I know you price it too low, I don't think I'm going to do business with you, because I'm trying to understand why you don't know how to price your business. Okay. I cannot believe people actually ask for a discount for something someone is selling. They do. They always want a handout and a discount. And all the work that I had to do to be able to give y'all this knowledge, somebody expects me to give it to them for free just because they're building their business. But they don't go to and they don't ask them for nothing for free. Whatever they ask for, they pay for, and they run with that stuff, and it don't even be right. I am not doing that, okay? My target audience isn't broke people. If you can't even afford the ebook, if you can't afford a session, listen to me, because I have seen the comments when the ladies have said, okay, when I get my money right, I'm coming to you. And I go to ask myself, when you get the money right, you mean to tell me with all the niggas that you fucking with and all the family members that you can't call up one person and say, can I hold 25? Can I hold 25? Can I hold 25 to book a session? Then that lets me know you don't need a business right now, because you don't even have a village around you that sees your growth, that wants to invest in your growth. And them niggas, you might as well be a virgin again. You might as well be a virgin again, because grow your business into something big and he gonna get jealous of you anyways. Just become a virgin, sis. That's all. All right. So what your low pricing actually does is it attracts people who do not respect structure. My business has a structure. That's why some people think I'm just so direct and hard. That doesn't bother me. I'm not a gentle coach. I don't want to attract people who want to come over here and think that I'm going to baby them. You've been babied your whole life. I'm not doing that anymore. It's time for me to get real with you, because had somebody been real with you from the beginning, maybe you would not have made as many mistakes as you have made, okay? What it does, it'll burn you out. You'll find yourself with these very low prices so burnt out that you keep pulling from your personal money trying to make up for it, because you got to get new inventory. And every time you turn around, you're pulling from your paycheck, putting into your business. That's wrong, sis. And now you feel burnt out because you don't have the help that you need. And now you mad because the bank don't want to give you a loan, but your money look funny, sis. When the money look funny, I'm not giving you money either. I don't have time. I'm not chasing you down or waiting for you to go bankrupt and don't get my money back. Okay. And then what it also keeps your margins thin. Hey, it keeps your margins thin. You can't even tell me how your business has scaled because you have low pricing. So you got a product, let's just say, let me give y'all an example about low pricing. You bought a product from a vendor from China. How much you paid your vendor in China was $1,000 for, let's just say, 500 products. I'm just giving an example. $1,000 for 500 products. Because you want to keep your customers now, you forgot to divide 500 by 1,000. What is that? Can you do the math? No, I do it. I got it. Don't do it. I got the calculator. Hold on. Let me do the math. Let me do the math, y'all. Because I want to tell you, what y'all be doing. And I probably can do the math in my head, but I'm not going to. They got calculators. So we got $1,000 divided by 500, right? That means if for $500 it took them, they charge you $2 per product for them to make that. You will see that. And you don't even know how to price $2, because guess what? You're going to sell that. You're probably going to sell it for $5, or maybe you're going to sell it for $3. You're missing the point. There is so much more that has to be added into that price. I know you want to keep it low. I do. But again, when you go back to your vendor, you need to be spending $2,000 this time. So $2,000 is going to get you about $1,000 worth of product. You can't keep it at $2. You can't keep it low. You have to price it for the product plus the effort and the shipping. Remember that you only got 500 products at 1,000. That had nothing to do with shipping. The shipping cost makes it go up higher. The tax, all the other stuff makes it go up higher. You have to calculate all of that into your price. So no, just because they made it for $2, you can't sell it for $4. You can't sell it for $5. You probably need to sell it no less than $15. Okay, because you got to think about the cost of how much you paid for the get this shipped into you, the cost of you to get the website built for you to get the ordering of it, the cost for you to even put the product together to get the marketing. It's so much that go with that. So no, sis, it can't be $5 just because you paid $2 for it. That $2 product probably needs a price of $20 so that you can recoup everything that you're going to spend to be able to get somebody to buy it. Why do you think that all the prices when we go to the stores and it goes up, and you be like, well, this made in China, I can get this from China, it costs less? You can if you go straight to the dealer. But when you go to a third party, such as your business, it's gonna cost more because I have to take into account of how I got this stuff to me. A lot of y'all don't think of that, okay? Now, a business must cover costs, pay the owner, build a reserve, and reinvest. Do you hear me? I just told you 4 different accounts that you need. Cover the cost, pay the owner, build your reserve, and reinvest. This is why you have to have more than one business bank account, because that money that you made per month has to be distributed between all of those accounts. Okay? And the only account that's personal is the one that say pay the owner, because that's your business paying you your money for the month. Again, you made $10,000 this month. $5,000 is going back into the cover the cost of the business because you have to do some more inventory. The other $5,000 got to get broken down. You got to pay you, put in your reserve. You see what I'm saying? It's so many things you got to do, and it can't all go through one account because you're going to get confused. All right. If your pricing cannot do all 4 of those, you are operating unsubstantially. Listen to the pricing. The price that your product cost has to include covering the cost, paying the owner, building a reserve, and reinvesting. A $2 product has to be $20 so that you can go ahead and break that down. $5 for each one. $5 to cover the cost, $5 to pay the owner, $5 for the reserve, $5 to reinvest. You see that? $20 product that costs $2 a make. But when you set it, it has to be $20 because you have to get enough money to be able to put into each one of these accounts. So now you done sold 500 products. Hold on, 500 products at $20 each. You done made $10,000. You done made back $10,000. Remember now, you only paid them $1,000 plus shipping for 500 products. You put $20 for them 500. You done made you an easy 10 bands, sis. This is how easy it is in business, but you all keep missing the mark because you keep lowering your prices. Stop doing that. Stop lowering the value of the work that you put in. This is another reason people struggle with the business credit later, again, because when y'all go to these people, y'all need business credit, y'all money looking funny is not adding up, okay? And they not going to extend credit to you, all right? Leverage without profit becomes stress. Now you stress because you've used all your money to leverage in your business, but the business not making money because you priced too low, and now you stress. Let's not do that. That's a backwards way of doing your business, okay? And that brings me to the next part. Put that shirt on to be taken seriously, period. Let's go ahead and get you removed. All right. Now, systems before credit, because a lot of y'all want to get straight to the business credit, but you don't have the business systems in place, okay? Everybody wants business credit. I get it. Hey, Rachel, but business credit is not a step one. You're not going to get that coming out of the gate because you got a business. A bank ain't going to extend no credit to you because you got a business. Nobody cares about your business but you. So make them care. Let me pull this up. And they said it was down. Let me put it up. So make them care about your business. How do you do that? On paper, it needs to look like a real business. Financially, it needs to look like a real business, not a side hustle. Okay? Leverage amplifies whatever structure you already have. So if you can get the business credit and the loans to leverage your business, it's going to amplify your growth. All right? If your business is clean, leverage accelerates growth. If your business is messy, leverage accelerates depth. You will find yourself in depth faster than you will see your profits grow. Now, in business credit, we go deeper. In the business credit course, I definitely go deep into how lenders and vendors actually evaluate businesses, what systems look like during verification, the importance of consistent data, tier building strategy, vendor account positioning, how to separate your business from your personal credit long term, and timing applications correctly. Because a lot of times, even in y'all personal credit, y'all find yourself applying for too much credit in a short amount of time. You wonder why the first 3 applications get approved, the last 9 get denied. You don't even understand that every 6 months you need to be making every 6 months to a year. Personally, you need to be opening a new business, new credit account. But because when you get that one approval, y'all go to looking, okay, I'm finna get another. Then when you start getting denials, now those hits are on your credit because now we can see how many businesses denied you. You was moving too fast, sis. Slow down. Okay, so applying too early creates denials. I just told you that. When you move too fast, you're going to see a lot more denials in your business credit and in your personal credit. Slow down, because if you don't know how credit works, you should not be even trying to build it or use it without somebody sitting you down to teach you about credit. Again, something that a lot of y'all don't want to pay to get educated on. So that's why you still don't know that bankruptcy helps. You still don't know that bankruptcy can change your life. You know why? Because you think that somebody made you believe that bankruptcy is bad. Bankruptcy is a reboot. But until you understand credit and what it is, you're going to always feel like bankruptcy is the enemy. Sis, your spending habits are the enemy, and the lack of knowledge is too. All right. Denials create reporting history. Reporting history affect future approvals. The reason why you keep getting future denials is because when they look at your credit, they're going to see how many times businesses disapproved you. They did not approve you. And guess what? That affects whatever you're applying to, because moving forward, they finna deny you too. You don't look like you're good enough for them to give money to. And looking at it on your credit, you keep getting denials. Ain't nobody finna give money to somebody who keep getting denials. Versus me. I know how to apply for credit at certain times in the history of my credit since my bankruptcy. And every time I apply, I get approved. But I know how many applications are doing in a short amount of time. and then I take off maybe 2 to 3 years and don't apply for nothing. Build on those accounts, keep my balances paid on zero, building my credit. So when I go back and apply for another car, my balance can be higher. All right. This is why foundation and discipline come before leverage. Without the foundation, without the discipline, you just playing a losing game, sis. And I'm just being honest with you. You're never going to get what you need to build your credit. Now, what ready for business credit really means? Because a lot of y'all think that because you have the LLC and you made some sales and you need some funding, you think you're ready for business credit. First of all, before you say that, take a look at your personal credit. Are you really ready for business credit? Because if your personal credit looks a mess, no, you're not ready for business credit. The last thing you need to do is get business credit because you can, on paper, it already look like you're a mess. That's not what we're talking about here. Sorry, Tiffany, you have to wait till Wednesday. You have to come back on Wednesday. Having an LLC, making some sales, and having funding does not mean you are ready for business credit or any funding from a bank. All that means is that you need to do some more work, okay? Readiness means your name is consistent everywhere. Everywhere your name is consistent. That means you have created a community and you have created a paper trail for your name. So when somebody puts your name in Google, somebody puts your name wherever, your business pops up and it is legit. A lot of y'all don't have that. You know why? Because all you have is an Instagram page. All you got is a TikTok page. Whatever it is, you don't have enough credibility to establish your business. So no, when you come to me and get a loan and I'm researching that throughout my process and I can't find nothing that shows me your business is a business, I'm not giving you my money. I'm not chasing you down to get paid back. There is no footprint of you. Where is your footprint? Okay. Your address is verified because a lot of y'all still using y'all home address. Now you on Google Maps and your enemies and all your customers know where you live at. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not how that works. Please stop doing that, okay? Your phone number matches in directories. 411, business directories. There is your phone number that has followed you for more than 6 months, for more than a year. That particular number is tied to your business. On all of your business applications, that number right there, they can reach you at. If that is not possible, there is no way that they're going to be able to give you their money because when they need you to make a payment, they got to call you. And if your number keeps changing, you're not going to be able to get that because they don't have time to chase after you. Okay. Your business bank account shows stable flow. You cannot have a $5,000 month here, a $500 month, a $500 month here, a $20 month here. No, we need to show consistent revenue every month, gradually increasing. Okay. That's what we need to show. Your expenses are predictable because we can predict that you're probably going to only pay for this or pay for that. You don't look good. We need to be able to see in your address, your business history of all the expenses that you paid, whether they fluctuated or not, came on new or not. We need to see your diversity and how you get this business going. Your credit file in your personal and in your business has to be very diverse, from credit cards to lines of credits to business loans, all of that. You can't just go and say, I got a credit card and that's it. That's not how you build credit, babe. Even if you paid it on time for the next 5 years, your credit score is not going to increase until you have different forms of credit to build your credit up, okay? And your structure is clean. A lot of y'all structures are not clean. It is messy. It is given very messy. It is given very basic. And for that, I don't have any money from you, and I know the bank don't either, all right? So if you skip all of those things and apply for that business loan or that business credit anyways, you risk being locked out of better opportunities later. Simple, okay? That's why I say before you apply, sit down with the business coach and review what you have to make sure everything is in order. Because if it's not, you got to do some more work. You have to sit down and do some more work, and that's just it. Now, if you are unaware of whether your business is ready for business credit, again, that's what I do in the one-on-ones. I'm reviewing everything that you put on the table. You say, Coach, this is my business name, address, and all of those things. We're going to sit down and go through that. And I'm going to tell you this business name won't get you approved. What you need to do is go ahead and make this your doing business as name, and let's get a real business name. That's for one. This business address won't work. This phone number right here, your cell phone, it won't work. I'm going to tell you all of those things inside of a one-on-one that I'm never going to be able to go into detail with every last one of y'all on the video. Okay. We're going to go through the structure. If you got the right and proper bank accounts, the identity of the business, the discipline, the cash flow, and the readiness stage. If you're not ready, then I'm gonna be honest with you and say you're not ready. So go back and sit on the porch and wait till you're ready. All right. And if I tell you that, don't get upset because I'm trying to help you. Now, if you want to go above my head and come back to social media and listen to somebody tell you the wrong stuff, go ahead. Because you said, I'm finna go get the free stuff. Go right ahead. I'm not bothered by the free stuff. I know you ain't gonna get nowhere fast, pick up speed, and crash and burn. That's what I do know. I'ma hope you don't, but I do know that. So I'm gonna let you go right on and then you'll be back. You'll be back. Okay. Strategy beats urgency. Stop feeling like you have to get this business built right now, like it's an urgent thing. Cut it out. Slow it down. Pace yourself. As women, sometimes we hate processing things. That's why y'all move so fast with the niggas and always get your feelings hurt because you don't let things process. Let things pace themselves and process so you're not hurting your own feelings and losing money in business. Now, discipline is what builds confidence, all right? When your structure is clean, you move differently. That's why I move the way I move. That's why I talk so sure about my business, because I know my structure is completely clean, all right? You stop panicking over slow months. A lot of y'all, again, when you have that $5,000 month, then the next month is 500, you go into panicking. But if your structure was set up right, you would have distributed that $5,000 correctly. You wouldn't even notice that all you made was 500 because you would have distributed that money correctly. You stop scrambling when bills hit. A lot of y'all be rushing to get things paid. If the money wasn't funny, you wouldn't have to do that. Right now, I just thank the universe that I am a person who can be on auto pay with these bills. My life has been set up where now I don't know what it is, just get it paid. And I like that, okay? I prefer to know that my bills can get paid on auto pay than you worry about me missing a deadline or whatever because I don't got no money. I'm not panicking like that. I don't put that energy into the universe. I let her handle that, okay? And you stop making emotional decisions. The emotional intelligence course is going to teach y'all how to pause. A lot of the decisions you make in your personal life and in your business are based on how you feel in that moment. That's why you keep losing. I keep telling you, the only way to win is using logic. If you're still using your emotions, you're going to lose every time. Because every decision is going to be based on how you feel in that moment. And that's not going to work. All right? Because you know numbers, you know your margins, and you know your system. If you don't know math, get you an accountant. Get you somebody who can help you with your numbers, okay? The confidence shows up in your pricing. That's why I don't decrease my price. I'm confident that when you book a one-on-one and when you buy my ebooks and when you get my services, that you're finna get exactly what you paid for. That's it. And the only way you're gonna come back to me and ask a question if you're talking about growth. That's how confident I am. I don't do this if I wasn't confident. I wouldn't even be talking to y'all on a consistent basis on these lives if I wasn't confident in what I do as a coach. Okay? In negotiation, you're not going to be negotiating stuff. You got people who love to negotiate price. You tell them it's 20, they say they'll give you 15. You say, okay, hell no. You can't negotiate nothing with me. You can't do none of that with me. Hey, I know I need a session. I see it's same day 75. Can I give you 65? You sure can. You can get $7. You can get $10 more. However you get those $10, that's what you can do. And if you can't, then go book somewhere else. It doesn't matter to me. What I do know is that if you want me to be your business coach, you definitely can't take business coaching to I Am Hertz. I mean, what is his name? I Am the Truth. That's his name. I Am the Truth. He gonna talk about your relationship stuff, but you can't ask him about your business because he don't know anything about that. See what I'm talking about? You can't go to everybody. So no, I'm not gonna discount my stuff just because your money is funny. In vendor conversations, when you're talking to your vendor, you gotta understand like you know what you're doing. A lot of y'all are so new at this that y'all looking into these, y'all go buy these vendor lists. I don't know how they get y'all. That y'all paying money for a list of vendors, but you don't know how to talk to them. You don't know how to get them to give you product on a 30-day, a 45, or a 90-day credit. You don't know how to do that because you don't know how to talk to them. So you just get a vendor list and you start using your money to buy the products. All of that stuff can be bought on credit. They can trust you to give them back the money when it's time. Because you don't know how to talk to them, you pay for upfront. That's ludicrous, okay? And credit conversations, when it's time for you to sit down with the bank and tell them that you do need their credit. Because you don't know how to talk about business credit, you don't even know how to tell them. You just say, okay, I'm applying for business credit. They ask you a question about your business, you can't answer it. Why? Because you don't even really know your business or the numbers like that. Now you sound like a fool sitting in front of a professional who's going to be judging you, and now they're going to deny you every time you ask for money because you sound like you don't know what you're doing. Confidence is built from clarity, sis, not the hype. So stop being hyped up about who going viral, what, when, and where on the internet, and get your business together. Y'all be distracted by the wrong stuff. Stop this distraction. This is why I advise y'all, when you are in a period of trying to manifest growth, you have to turn off some of the noise. That means you can't scroll social media and look at all these videos, because guess what? You're getting distracted. Anything you think of more than 3 minutes becomes your reality. Guess what? Because it's energy. I told y'all your thoughts is energy. So if you sit and scrolling social media all day and all the things you're watching is people talking about relationships and they got nothing to do with your business, here it is, your business not growing because you're distracted with relationship stuff. You worry about the nigga, but you're not worried about your business. Prioritize correctly. He shouldn't be number one anyways. That's that. All right. You skip discipline. You chase sales. Oh my God, a lot of y'all like the emblems, like the you know how the attorneys, when they first become attorneys, they're like the ones who deal with all those car crashes. They chasing trying to get a client. That's what y'all be looking like, chasing to get a sale. You don't even go to the right places again because you don't know your target audience to sell your business to. Okay, you apply too early and then you get denied, and when you get denied, you get discouraged. Because you ain't did nothing for you to get approvals yet. But because you heard somebody over here on social media tell you one thing, you rush to go deny it, get it, and then when you get denied, you sad and you mad and you want to give up. No, you just listen to the wrong information. Cut some things out. Okay? And you operate from emotion. Again, lack of emotional intelligence is the reason why you keep making business decisions based on how you feel, and you are losing because you don't like to process stuff. Then you say, business credit doesn't work. It worked for me, still is. Funding is a scam. Is it? I've been funded. Banks don't support small business. Lies. Banks love credit unions, not a bank. Credit unions love small businesses. They love to help y'all grow, especially Navy Federal. However, because you think that a bank is better than a business credit and you don't know the difference and you don't want to learn how to grow, then you're going to banks and getting denied. Well, if you're here, you're going to always get denied at the bank. That's period, point blank. Versus the credit union, because they're there, it's called a credit union for a purpose. Credit union. Credit, okay? Credit, okay? Why would you be taking your business to a bank? Credit union has the word credit in it. So it means it has its own credit rating system to make sure they can deny or approve you based on what you did for their bank. Now, structure was not there, and that's where the denials came from. And this is why, again, the big small business guy and the business credit course is going to be your only go-to and going to be your best friends. I cannot give you what's in those in depth. What I give you here is surface level stuff. I have to put the responsibility on you to get the information yourself. Now, together, they create sustainability, and separately, they create confusion. So without both of them, you're going to be confused. Period. Now, in the first episode, I told you we talked about discipline, all right? We talked about identity. Here we talked about discipline. In the absence of you having an identity and being disciplined, sis, you're leaving money on the table. And one thing I hate doing is seeing Black women leave money on the table because they do not want to pay for growth. Growth is not free. Not in your personal life, not in your business. It's going to cost. Because if you could do it yourself, why haven't you done it yet? Exactly. You need help. So the real help is not free. The real help is not going to be in videos on social media. They're going to give you just enough for you to go get denied. You need something that's going to get you approvals over and over and over again. So get the education so that next time somebody asks you a question about it, you can get them the right answer. Identity makes you visible. When everybody can find your business, when they go put in China Tea in Google, lots of different things come up for China Tea. Okay? Discipline makes you stable. Because I'm very disciplined, I don't have to worry about me not having the things that I need. I make sure that the business credit cards I paid on time every month. The biggest credit card I got in business right now is Navy Federal, but behind that, I got an American Express business, and I got that through Amazon. And everything I do through Amazon is on that business credit card. I haven't spent my money on Amazon in years. My money don't go on Amazon. My money don't go on Amazon. The business money pays the Amazon credit card, and it's an American Express. So you see what I'm saying? I'm building my personal credit because I'm personally guaranteed, and I'm building my business credit with my American Express business card from Amazon. And then I got a couple of other cards as well. So the business credit is great. The personal credit is great. Any things that I apply for, I be shocked when they give me the limits. When they give me my credit limit, sometimes I be shocked. Because I don't even be looking at, I haven't even looked at my credit to see what it is. But once I be like, oh, that must have checked that, that must be good what they just checked. Because the balances will be way more than I be expecting. I mean, the credit limits, okay? Now, leverage comes after both. Once you have the visibility, once you have the stability, now you're able to leverage your business to get the things that you need. If you are serious about building something that lasts us, nothing that just sells, then you need structure before you need speed. Please learn how to let things process. When you let things process, things will turn out the way that you want them to be. If you're starting a business because you need money right now to supplement your life, then you need to stop. Because you're not in business for the right things. You're in it for the money, and you're not gonna make enough in the first 1 to 5 years because the business is still establishing, getting its target customer, becoming a brand itself online, and a brand identity is way bigger than just a logo. Your brand identity has to be known. Y'all know what's my brand identity? The fuck nigga whisperer. Y'all know when I'm coming along, I'm talking about the fuck niggas and what they are part of. That goes miles. Because identity is just that. All right. If your identity cannot go past social media, then sis, your identity is not ripe enough, and we need to develop it more. Stability, it has to be stable. All right. I have to be able to search your business up and be able to probably find some things about your business on any type of search engine. If you are unsure where your business stands, this is the part when I tell you to book your one-on-one and stop trying to do stuff by yourself and doing it wrong, or not doing it to its full potential. Because I am not going to be like, oh, your business is doing great. Absolutely not. In my subscription services, when you become a platinum member, I will do a business review as a part of your platinum membership. If you're a platinum subscriber, your business can be reviewed in that membership. All right. So you have several ways for me to be able to coach you in this business. But right now, because you don't want to invest, this is why your business doesn't grow. Because failure to invest in it does not mean it's going to grow. It cannot grow because you won't even put the beginning in it, because you don't want to miss. You think you're going to miss out. Well, you're missing out the processes and the discipline, and which makes you miss out on so much more. Sis, I want all these small businesses to grow into big deals. But as long as you keep blocking your growth, then it's not going to do that. It's going to stay exactly where it is, a small business, and it may get smaller. I needed to become a big business. I am so proud when one of my favorite vegan restaurants here in Orlando. I remember when I started with her, because y'all know I got a vegan food business too. And the only reason why it's not operating right now is because my project manager job got so busy last year. I was traveling all year, and I really did not have time to feed into my business because the project manager job had me out of town week in and week out. I only was home on the weekends. And when I come home on the weekends, I definitely don't want to do my business. I was just too tired. But thank you. But Big Belly, one of my favorite vegan restaurants. I remember where we started at. We started setting up at vendor things, having vegan food events. She would have them and I would have them, and we would come to each other's events and set up as vegan foods. Here it is a year later. Do you know that not only did she open one shop, that she has two? She has one in Orlando, and now she has one in Daytona. Do you see the growth of her processing that? It went from a stand, a table, a fryer, and all of these things outside on a consistent basis, growing the business, making the numbers count, to her going to apply for this business loan for her to get the first location. And after 1 year in the first location, she has a second location. I have seen the growth in her from the food stand to 2 locations. Do you know how proud of her I am? I am every time. That's why I always support her. Could I be as big? If I had time to put into Big Belly Vegan, I would. I got several cities that want my business to come to, Tallahassee being one of them, okay? I do. I don't have the time because my jobs are busy, all right? And I'm not leaving my jobs to go run a business full time. I'm sorry, that's not for me. That's not for everybody. That could be for you, but I'm not leaving my jobs yet until I retire. When I retire, then I can do this full time. And I'm giving myself about 10 more years in the workforce before I retire. Now, and I'm not waiting at 800 years old to retire. No, ma'am. I will be in my 50s when I get out this workforce. That's not going to happen, okay? Now, I am proud of her because she made it happen. You can make it happen too. You can start from a food stand in a food truck and get into a location if you know what you're doing and you let stuff process. You cannot rush the growth. Every time you rush something, i.e. these niggas, you always find up on the back end of things, your feelings hurt and you're on your ass. Learn how to let stuff process. Okay? The processing of it is going to make it grow and do what it needs to do so that you can come out of whatever you're doing and just be specifically in your business. I'm really proud of you, and I don't even know you. And you please keep up the good work, young lady. Thank you, and I will, because the bottom line is this: I want to see us grow in numbers, okay? But we rush everything, and that's in every part of our life. We rushing. We got to learn how to just let stuff process. It's very important that you let stuff process. So that means if you got to invest more into your learning, into your education, to go ahead and do that, sis. Nobody ain't going to be mad at you, but guess what? Now you got the knowledge, and you ain't got to be asking everybody for something that you already know. And now yourself too can become a business mentor because you know so much. Now people can lean on you to help them grow their business. Okay? I am not your enemy. I want to help you grow, but what I will not do is lie to you and tell you something that is not true. I can't lie. My subscribers know when they send their emergency text, they don't get any lies from me. They get the truth because I'm not able to do that because nobody has been honest with you before. That's why a lot of y'all are in the place that y'all are in life, depending on other people and niggas. Sis, you are the prize. Your business is a prize. Please treat it as such, okay? Now, does anybody have any questions that y'all want me to answer in terms of the identity and the stability of your business on what we spoke on this week and last week? You have any questions before I go ahead and end this live? This live will be on YouTube on my channel, the Small Business series. If you want to run it back, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. You can answer and you can get whatever questions you need answered like that, okay? I appreciate y'all coming to me on Sunday. The attendance wasn't like it was last Sunday, and that's okay, because eventually when you realize that you're not getting the help somewhere else, then people will come. I don't never worry about the numbers. The information is invaluable, so you will be here, okay? I will see y'all next Sunday at 6:30 for the resume do's and don't. We're going into careers next week because a lot of y'all are stuck in jobs where y'all getting hourly wages and you got to request to be off and all this. Oh my God, it's such a hassle. And I want y'all to get to where I am when you can work from home and you can have the 6 figures and don't have a lot of stress. I'm not stressing at somebody else's job. That's what I'm not doing. I'm not going to overwork and I'm not going to be stressed at somebody else's company. That is by default. The book is the Big Small Business Guide. Let me show you a picture of it, and it is on my website, and you can click on for the ebooks, the Big Small Business Guide. I will show you what it is. Give me a moment. Okay, that is it to purchase. Here it is over here. The Big Small Business Guide. Yes, I'm on the front of my book because who else will be on the front? just think about it. Who else will be on the front of my business? The Big Small Business Guide. It has everything that you need for that business. That's the ebook version. Go get it. Click on my website. Get that book. And let's build that business and get that business credit going. All right. You can also go on my website. Hold on. Let me show y'all the business credit course. It's going to be under courses. Okay, the Build a Business Credit course here. Everything you need about building business credit is going to be in this course and in my guide. So y'all go ahead, get that guide, get in that course, or book your one-on-ones, and let's bring those small visions to big dreams. I will see y'all next Sunday for resume do's and don'ts. And then I'll see y'all on Wednesday for how to stop getting played. See y'all later.